Alright, imagine this. You're celebrating your 200th birthday. 2 centuries of wisdom, a cake big enough to fit all those candles, and people asking, "How did you do it?" But here's the thing. As amazing as that sounds, humans just aren't built to live that long. But why? Why do we max out around 100, maybe 120 if we're lucky? Today, we're diving into the science of aging, the limits of our biology, and whether science could ever crack the code for super longevity. Let's start with the basics. Your body is made of trillions of cells. These cells don't last forever, so they constantly divide and replace themselves. But here's the catch. Every time a cell divides, it loses a tiny part of its telomeres. Now, what are telomeres? Think of them like those little plastic tips at the end of shoelaces that keep them from unraveling. When they wear out, the shoelace starts fraying. In this case, your DNA is the shoelace, and frayed DNA leads to aging, cell malfunction, and eventually death. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but why can't we just fix telomeres? Well, that's where things get tricky. Some cells in your body, like cancer cells, can regenerate their telomeres indefinitely. But that's also what makes cancer so dangerous. If we found a way to stop telomeres from shrinking, we might also increase the risk of uncontrollable cell growth, aka cancer. So, in a way, our bodies are programmed to stop us from living forever, just to keep us from self-destructing. But let's say we get past the telomere problem. What about your organs? Your heart, brain, liver, and kidneys are working 24/7, and after decades of non-stop function, they start to wear out. Your heart pumps about 2.5 billion times in an average lifetime. Your brain cells take damage just from normal activity, let alone things like stress, pollution, and aging-related diseases like Alzheimer's. Your immune system also weakens, making you more vulnerable to infections. Even if we could slow down aging, we'd still need to find ways to completely rejuvenate these vital organs. Now, here's where things get interesting. Some creatures do live a really long time. The Greenland shark can live for over 400 years. The ocean quahog clam can survive for 500 years. And there's even a species of jellyfish that is biologically immortal. It can basically rewind its aging process whenever it's threatened. So, why do they get this crazy longevity and we don't? It comes down to metabolism and DNA repair. Many of these animals have slow metabolisms, meaning their bodies don't accumulate damage as fast as ours do. Others have superior DNA repair mechanisms that allow their cells to keep regenerating without major mutations. Humans, on the other hand? We burn energy fast, we experience stress, we take damage from UV rays, pollution, and let's be real, we don't always treat our bodies the best. Fast food, lack of sleep, stress, it all adds up. So, even if we could live much longer biologically, lifestyle choices play a massive role in how long we actually last. But wait! Could science fix all of this? Right now, researchers are experimenting with gene editing, stem cells, organ regeneration, and even artificial organs. Some scientists believe we could extend human life past 120 years in the near future. Companies are already working on 3D printing organs, growing body parts in labs, and even reversing cellular aging in mice. Imagine a future where you could replace worn-out organs like a car part, swap out an old heart for a fresh, lab-grown one. Sounds like sci-fi, right? Well, it might actually be possible within this century. And let's not forget nanotechnology. Tiny microscopic robots that could one day repair damaged cells, destroy harmful mutations, and even stop aging at a molecular level. Some experts even believe that uploading human consciousness into computers could be the ultimate way to live forever. But then comes the big question, would we even want to live that long? Think about it. What would a 200-year life look like? Would the world get overcrowded? How would economies function if people stopped retiring? Would we get bored after seeing 2 centuries of human drama? Could our minds even handle 200 years of memories and emotions? The truth is, living longer might not just be a biological challenge, it could be a psychological one too. So, where does that leave us? Right now, the oldest person ever recorded was Jean Calment, who lived to be 122 years old. But unless we hack our biology, push the limits of science, and maybe even redefine what it means to be human, 200-year lifespans are still out of reach, for now. But who knows? If you're watching this in the future, maybe people have figured it out, and I'm just a relic of the past, stuck in a time where humans barely made it to 100. But wait, there's another piece of the puzzle we haven't talked about yet, your microbiome. Yep, the trillions of bacteria living in your gut might actually play a key role in how long you live. Scientists have discovered that centenarians, people who live past 100, often have unique gut bacteria that help reduce inflammation, improve digestion, and even strengthen their immune system. So, could tweaking our microbiome be the secret to longevity? Some researchers think so. And speaking of the immune system, let's talk about inflammaging, a fancy term for how low-level chronic inflammation speeds up aging. Over time, our immune system starts overreacting to minor threats, causing damage to healthy cells. This contributes to diseases like arthritis, heart disease, and even neurodegenerative disorders. The good news? Scientists are working on ways to reduce inflammation at a molecular level, potentially slowing down aging itself. But here's where things get even wilder. Some studies suggest that our lifespan might be linked to our genes way more than we thought. Researchers have found longevity genes in people who live past 100, meaning that some of us might be genetically programmed to age slower. The question is, can we activate these genes for everyone? That's exactly what some biotech companies are trying to do. And let's not forget about space travel. Yep, you heard that right. Scientists have discovered that spending time in space literally changes the human body. Astronauts experience DNA damage, muscle loss, and even accelerated aging due to cosmic radiation and zero gravity. But here's the twist: some of these changes reverse when they return to Earth, meaning that space travel could actually teach us new ways to control aging. Could future anti-aging treatments be inspired by astronauts? It's not as far-fetched as it sounds. Now, before we wrap up, let's talk about what you can do today to increase your lifespan. No sci-fi tech, no billion-dollar biotech labs, just simple things that actually work. Studies show that the longest-living people on Earth share a few common habits. They eat mostly plant-based diets, stay active daily, maintain strong social connections, and manage stress well. So, while we wait for science to catch up and give us 200-year lifespans, the best thing you can do is treat your body like it's built to last. Because who knows? If you take care of yourself now, you might just live long enough to see the breakthrough that changes everything. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing content. See you in the next one.